After I moved into another country, I very strongly wanted to stay connected with my friends back in Hungary. All of my social circles were there. I was in Denmark, I didn't know everybody. But I had to realize that Facebook and social media in general does not serve this purpose anymore. So I went ahead and deleted the app. And it was the best decision of my life, and I haven't looked back since. Let me tell you how I got there and what I have learned from it. So I joined Facebook when it was cool, roughly 3,000 years ago. I was a young adult, it was fresh, and it quickly became the one and only social media platform in my country. Everybody was on Facebook. This is where people would share ideas, share photos, they would discuss things, share their status. This is where they would send out party invitations. Basically, this is where life would happen, and it was exciting. And back in those days, it also wasn't algorithmic. If one of my friends posted an update, I would see it. I would just have to scroll through chronologically and I would see the update. That's not the case anymore. And that gave a sense of connection. I think that we humans are social creatures. We want to know what's up with each other. We want to know the stories. We want to hear the stories. We want to gossip a little bit. And all of that happened on that platform. Now, fast forward to today, what you would see on my feed is mostly cute dog videos and polarizing politic rage bait. We have come quite far, haven't we? And what has disappeared is human interaction. My friends don't really post anything anymore, but even if they did, I wouldn't see it because it's algorithmic and rage bait is pushed forward. I had to realize that I'm simply spending time on a platform and I'm being farmed for my attention so that I could see ads only to feel exhausted by the end. Now, I think the reason that I kept using it was a mix of FOMO and a mix of short-term endorphin bursts. Social media networks recently have been engineered to maximize screen time and engagement, and they do that by serving you content that causes an emotional response. Now, the problem with that is that it reduces your attention span, it overuses your brain's emotion circuitry, and it makes you feel depleted at the end. It works like a drug, with the exception that it's legal. All platforms do that to different extent. There's a great documentary on that called The Social Dilemma. I really recommend that you watch it. It is frightening. Now, I kind of knew that, but I had an eye-opening experience last summer with a friend. It's a close friend in Hungary, and we don't get to spend so much time together any longer. But what we do is we try to make sure that that time we spend together is meaningful and it is quality time. So we have a tradition. Every year we would go into the forests for a short camping excursion, and we would spend at least one night camping out in the woods. And so we were there, we were sitting around the campfire, and we were in an area with no cell phone reception. So the only thing we could do is we could, talk to each other. We would share stories. And the interesting thing is that I have learned more about my extended circle of friends in that evening than I have learned about them scrolling on the platform in the last year. And that's when it hit me. The platform does not serve you anymore. At least it had not served me any longer. And so when I got back from that camping, the next thing I did was I deleted the app, and I haven't looked back ever since. I mean, it was maybe weird for the first 2 days, but that's it. Do I say we should get rid of all social media? No, absolutely not. But what I am saying is we should guard our attention and make sure that our time and attention is spent effectively, because it is limited and therefore it is valuable. And it's also valuable for these multinational companies because they can then sell that attention. And we have to make sure that we are feeding on quality content. And in that sense, not all platforms are created equal. There are better ones and there are worse ones. I believe Facebook is a really shitty one recently. I straight out refuse to have TikTok on my phone. I think Instagram is a better one, and I think YouTube is a good one. But the thing that we have to do, I believe, is make sure that we are feeding on quality content that has meaning and have connections with people that have meaning. What I'm also realizing is that all of these social media platforms are just proxies, and nothing really substitutes real interaction with real people. I'm also developing a feeling that our brains were not made for this age and this technology. I believe that a farmer 2000 years ago was probably just as happy socially as we are today, and they haven't used Facebook. They probably went to the local tavern and they had less people to talk to, but they had real discussions, real interactions. They really were exchanging stories and exchanging information. The world has changed a lot, but our brains have not evolved since then. And I think we have to keep that in mind. So after I deleted the app, what I did is I started texting more people, and I started to text those people more. What I realized is that if you care about someone's life, you have to actually ask them about it. I mean, it sounds so blatantly obvious, but it isn't. We have been sold on the lie that if we all just keep broadcasting our lives for everyone to see, then somehow we would all be connected with everybody. But it just doesn't work. Also, grabbing coffee or grabbing a beer with someone is so much better than scrolling through posts. It even takes less time if you think about it. So, has this move changed me? In small ways, yes. I got back some of my time. I got back some of my brain space. I feel less exhausted. My screen time has actually decreased by a big margin. But the big change is that I get to spend more time and more mind space with the people and the things that I actually like doing. And I believe that this is what we all should do more of. Now, should you delete the app? I don't know that. But what I genuinely believe is that we should all take back a little more control over our time and our minds. And we should do more of that in this day and age. I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, please do give me a like. And please, if you have a similar story, do tell me in the comments. Anyway, thank you for joining today, and I will see you in the next one.